Modern day, a lot of Christians have a closer relationship to religion than they do to Jesus. And the worst part is, they don't even realize it. Today, I want to talk about 4 major problems in the church today, and if we aren't careful with them, they could kill our relationship with Jesus. The first point, religion over relationship. Now, I want to preface this by saying religion is not a bad thing. In fact, I think it's inherently a good thing. It helps set boundaries and it helps build a community. The problem is the abuse of religion. And the most common way I think we see that modern day is putting works above faith. See, the Bible says, "For by grace you've been saved through faith and not of your own works, lest anyone should boast." I think a good song that encapsulates this ideology is "O God, Forgive Us" by King and Country. In that song, they say, "So busy doing your works that we forgot that this was for you." And that's a real risk that we run when we fall into this trap of religion. Worshipping religion is exactly what the Pharisees did back in the biblical days. We see this most prevalently when Jesus heals on the Sabbath. They go up to him immediately and they start rebuking him, saying, "Why are you working on the Sabbath? Don't you know it's forbidden?" The craziest part about all that is, while a miracle was happening in front of their eyes, they were so worried about what traditions he was or was not following in that moment. They didn't realize that God was standing right in front of them, in the flesh, healing someone. Imagine you have a friend, and that friend wrote an autobiography, and while you're hanging out with that friend, instead of talking to them at all, you're just reading their autobiography. What kind of a relationship would that be? See, you can make an idol out of anything if you put it before God. But modern day, we're doing that consistently with religion, and it's troubling. The second point, division caused by denominations. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I know everything about every denomination. I'm not going to act like I know which denomination is right and which ones are wrong. What I am going to say is there's a bigger picture that denominations don't account for. I mean, most denominations agree that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through him. But we kind of miss that point. See, when we're focused more on the denomination itself, just like I said in the last one, we're creating an idol out of our denomination. But that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is that it divides us. See, Christians as a whole should be sitting on the same level, but with denominations in place, it's here then there, then arguments about which one is right, and you're following this, so you're not going to heaven. I have a news flash for you. No denomination can save you. Only Jesus can save you. And another important thing is, when we're divided, cracks begin to form in our armor. Things sneak into our religion that we don't want there. That's why there's so much false doctrine being preached all over the place modern day. We're so divided by these small little things, we've lost sight of the big picture, and because of that, things seep in. Number 3, the hypocrisy of the modern day church. I'd be willing to bet if we took a survey with non-believers, we got all these non-believers in a room, handed them a sheet of paper, and asked them, what is the one thing that pushes you the furthest away from Christianity? What's the one most obnoxious thing about Christians modern day? I guarantee you their answer would be hypocrisy. And it's a serious problem. Hypocrisy is running rampant in the church right now. Hypocrisy is fueled by pride. When we're saved and we feel like we're on a good path, we're proud of that. But we outwardly reflect that to others, and we start to judge other people if we don't presume that they're on the same path that we are. This becomes problematic because we don't notice the log in our own eye because we're so worried about the speck in others' eyes. Again, all of this stems from a works-based religion that isn't even what we're supposed to be practicing. The whole point of Christianity is the acceptance that you're not perfect and you never will be. And that's okay. Jesus came to redeem you. We see in Romans 7, Paul, the greatest rabbi of all time, says, "The good I want to do, I don't do. The evil I do, I don't want to do. Thanks be to Jesus for saving me." The greatest rabbi ever is admitting he's a sinner who needs to be saved. And we can't do that. Instead, we just want to dispel it onto other people and pretend that we're this perfect person who has no flaws. Reality hurts. Just accept the fact that you're not perfect. No one is, and we never will be. And it's okay. That is the whole point of Christianity. The fourth and final point: the exclusion of sinners from the church. Imagine it's your first time ever going to church. You walk into the church, everyone's greeting you. It seems nice at first, but then the pastor gets up at the pulpit and says, if you do XYZ, you're going to hell. Chances are you're probably doing X, Y, or Z. I mean, this is your first time in the church. You don't know anything about any of this. And the first thing you're taught is you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this if you want to be here. That's a problem. It's a problem because we're missing the all-encompassing thing, Jesus. You see, no matter how hard we resist sin, we are always going to fall into it. And that accounts for everyone. Especially people who are just new to the church who don't know a dang thing, dude. Like, these people are coming in with zero expectations, zero understanding. They don't know what you know yet. And so when we start off like that, it's going to push people away. Secondarily, if there are sinners in the church, if there's a young woman who's pregnant before she's married, for example, if there's a homosexual, if there's a drug addict, those people are pushed out of the church. We don't want you here. We want you as far away from our fellowship so you don't corrupt people. How is that fair? Those are some of the people that need Jesus the absolute most. These are people in times of need that we are just kicking out the door because their works aren't good enough for us. If you notice, there's a correlation with all of these. It's all works-based. It's such a heavy focus on works. Works this, works that, works this. We don't talk about the most important parts, and it's really ruining people's relationships with God. Now, I'm not saying that we need to accept everyone's sin who comes in, but we need to accept the person. Their sin can be changed, but kicking the person out, when are they ever going to change that sin? At that point, do we really care about the person, or are we more worried about the image of the church? I just want to end this by saying this isn't an attack on the church. This is simply a reminder that we're pursuing a relationship with Jesus and not religion. It's easy to get caught up in doing things for God and forget that we want a relationship with God. So I urge you, take a step back, look at how you're living, and really ask yourself, are you pursuing religion or are you pursuing a relationship with your Creator? Listen, if you guys made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you guys could like and subscribe, that would be amazing. And I'm going to try to keep dropping bangers like this one for you. If you guys did like this, I can do a deep dive on all 4 of the subjects. So just let me know in the comments and we'll go from there. Anyways, have a blessed rest of your day. I'll catch you.